Welcome to 20-Year-Old Finance. Thank you for coming back to my channel. I'm gonna show you guys how to make over 100 grand a year. Well, not necessarily show you guys, but I'm gonna show you guys how I did it. Let's get to the video. Anyways, my first job ever I had was working at Pancho Villa's. I was getting paid around $12 an hour. I would work 3 days out of the week. So on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I had my job. I would get paid hour plus tip. So I made around $600 to $900 a month. Great. Wow. And when I got my W-2s of next year, I got around like $9,600 for the total year that I worked there. It was a part-time job. I was still in high school, so it was okay money. When I graduated high school, I then went to college and I got another job. I quit that job because I wanted to get a job on my own. So then I got a job at UPS. The UPS, my schedule was from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. And let me tell you guys something. That job introduced me to the warehouse space, which I am never going back to in my entire life. I don't like saying never, but I just had to put a statement on the ground. It's a chapter in my past. Unless I buy the warehouse, I'm not going back to one. Then we get paid around $13 to $14 an hour there. Okay, still making very low, under $1,200 a month. And I was going to school at the same time. I had college at 7 a.m. Worst mistake ever. Never gonna do that again. Either or. After that, I dropped out of college and I got a job at OSI. OSI staffing agency paid me around $13 an hour. And I remember the duration of that job, actually packing up what's called pallets. So I would put boxes on pallets and I would wrap it up, going around with the wrapper and then pick it all up. That job made me see something, because at that job I would see people around 30 to 40 years old and I would talk to everybody. I was trying to get their perspective, and their perspective was more value than some of their information that they were trying to pass on to me. Their experience, let me say that actually. One guy in there for 2 years and finally got hired on to the company. As you know, at a staffing agency, or as you don't know, at a staffing agency, you then work there, and then a few years later, then they hire you on so you can start working full-time and as an employee of that warehouse. They got paid, let me repeat this, they got paid $15 an hour. From $13 to $15 an hour, they got a $2 hour raise. That's fucking awesome. Just kidding, that sucks. 2 years of your life and you get $1 per year? Bump that. I was like, I'm not doing this. And my whole thought from the get-go was not doing this. My whole thought from the get-go was to get money and invest it. Get money and invest it. Get money and invest it. Get money, invest it. And then I can make a financial means of being financially free. I knew my life wasn't going like anywhere in the warehouse. I then got a job at Amazon. At the OSI job, I then had a job working for Amazon, which they would pay me $15 an hour, and it was on the weekend. So from Monday through Friday, from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., I had OSI. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think it was very late. 11 p.m. to 3 a.m., I had Amazon. 11 to 3 a.m. again on Saturday, I had Amazon. And then Sunday, I had a 3 a.m. to 12, sometimes to 2 p.m. shift. And so I was working 2 jobs at that time, and also I was doing DoorDash in my free time. I love money. I'm not afraid to say it. Money is a way of means to a road of happiness. I know that you cannot rely. I have a weird relationship with money. But I know money doesn't buy you happiness, but it sure as hell builds the road to happiness, right? It builds the cement. It builds the sidewalk. It builds the stairs. It builds the railways. It builds the train tracks for you to get on top of it, and the road to happiness is right there. That's just the way the world works. You know, you want nice things, money can get that things. You want to go on adventures and trips, that's what makes me happy, going out with my family. And so I work in those 3 jobs. I know, save it, invest it. Save it, invest it. Save it, try new things. Throughout 2020, I tried so many different things to make money. And let's just say a lot of those things didn't work. But I knew that from the get-go. I knew that it's about trying and failing. Trying and failing. And if I keep trying and keep failing, I'm one step closer to success. I'm one step closer to my dream. And I only got to be right once. So I kept doing it over and over and over again. Job to each job, I promised myself something. I'm never going to go to a job that pays me less money. So I went from $13 an hour to $14 an hour to $15 an hour to $16 an hour to $18 an hour. And then my last job, before the job I have right now, $22 an hour. And I was working 6 to 7 days out of the week sometimes. So that job paid me probably the most money at a warehouse. But I went from unloading trucks in 120-degree containers. And so my last job at a Cena warehouse, which I was a cherry picker. And cherry picker, I was making $22 an hour. For a job, You know, I was cherry picking, but I was always looking for jobs that would pay me 25, 30, 35. Just moving up the chain just to get more money to invest it, right? And at the time, what I took from 2020 was cryptocurrency, obviously, and also getting into means of trading 2020 to 2021. My friend, Anthony Garcia, amazing guy, really cool guy, went into a dealership. At the dealership, he said, F it, I'm going to go and get a job here. Because he's been hearing a lot of great things. He went in, he got a job. His first month, he made really great money. He told me that. And I'm like, everything happens for a reason. God surrounds yourself with people for a reason. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Stay at this job? Go to a different job? I've never been in sales before. What? I'm scared. And it made me realize something. This is the next step. This is the next chapter. Let's turn the page. So then from $22 an hour, I went to pure commission. First month I made $4,500. Next month I made another $4,500. Next month I made $6,000. And in my fourth month of working at the dealership, I made over $10,000. And my life changed. My life wide and open. I had a taste of money. I had a taste of what it felt like to not worry. In a mere 2 years, I went to making twice of what my parents make combined. And it made, in my head, something sparked. In my head right now, something is ignited. And it made me realize, I like this life. I want this life. I knew I always wanted this life. This is the start of where my life is going to start. This is where I'm going to get financial freedom. This is the road to success. And I knew I had a gift. Out of the 9 months I worked there, I hit top sales. No, 10 to 11 months I worked there. I've made top sales 6 times. And I sold more cars sometimes than anyone in a dealership at 19 years old to 20 years old. And it made me realize something. I have a way of talking. As I talk with clients, I love talking to them. I love hitting pinpoints. I took classes in sales and how to get people's pinpoints, how to go logically into someone's mind and then go ethically. And I figured out how if I made someone fall in love with it and then made the numbers make sense, the logic will overcome the emotion. The emotion will overpower the logic. And those two combined will close the deal. All this just made sense. It clicked in my head like freaking gravy on mashed potatoes. It made sense. It made perfect sense. And so to me, to my goal, I knew, great, let's make money here and invest it. And since I've been here, I've talked to multiple of people and I've made connections and I've met people who made well over 400 to 500 grand a year. And I've talked to actually millionaires who I've sold cars to, and they all have the same mindset. Work fucking hard and get what you want. Work really hard, invest into something. Get your money, invest it. Back and forth, hearing the same thing over and over. And I already knew this from 2 years ago, so my head just starts spinning faster and faster and faster and faster, like a fucking wheel on a Lamborghini going at 150 miles per hour. My head is exploding with information that just keeps repeating itself over and over and over again, so I knew it. I knew this is the road. The road to success is to gain from little to a lot. It takes steps, but keep moving forward. If I at any time from a scene, let's say I had $22 an hour job and I moved to a job that made me $19 an hour, that's going backwards. Why? Why would I do that? Less money in my pocket, less money to invest. More money now, more money to invest. So the secret to making over 100 grand a year is to keep moving forward. You could use that advice any way you want, but you got to remember something. If you feel like something in your life is holding you back, let it go. You need to let it go because you will not have a life. If you feel like something is pushing you forward, you feel like you're getting a nudge. I believe in God, so I'm going to just say it. If you feel like God is pushing you forward, let him push you forward. You got to take a leap of faith, like what Miles Morales says, right? It's all about a leap of faith. Trust in the process. So next step from now, from the dealership, is real estate. And when I come back from my vacation, going to Hawaii from the 1st to 10th, there's a video coming out about that too. I want you guys to join me with my journey. We're going to join me doing the classes, join me how to study for it, join me road to being financially free. I'm going to document all of it and can't wait for you guys to be there. So, besides that, have a blessed day and I'll see you guys in the next video.